Have you ever held a piece of history so rare that it could rewrite your fortune in seconds? Imagine this: a small, shining piece of silver, nearly 8 decades old, quietly sleeping in someone's drawer. But today, that single coin could be worth more than most people dream of earning in a year. Welcome back to Hidden U.S. Coins, the channel where mystery meets money, where forgotten American treasures rise again, straight from dusty collections into the blazing spotlight of today's skyrocketing market. Because tonight we're unlocking something bigger than luck. We're diving into the top 6 ultra-rare and most valuable Franklin half dollars that are shaking collectors across America. These coins aren't just silver. They're time machines. They carry the echoes of the 1940s and 50s, the post-war pride, the minting marvels, and the secret errors that slipped past the eyes of even the sharpest inspectors. Each coin in this list could make your heart race because at any moment, one of these treasures could be sitting in your own collection right now without you even realizing it. So get ready, hold tight, stay till the very end, because the last coin on this list will leave you absolutely speechless. And remember, my friend, every second you stay in this video might bring you closer to discovering a fortune hiding in plain sight. First coin, number 1. The year was 1948. The world was changing. America was rising again after the storm of World War II, and a brand new coin began its quiet journey into the nation's pockets: the Franklin half dollar. For the first time ever, Benjamin Franklin, one of America's greatest minds, appeared on a U.S. coin not as a president, but as a visionary who shaped the birth of freedom itself. But among those millions struck that year, one version, the 1948 Franklin half dollar bearing the Denver Mint mark, turned out to be something truly extraordinary. Hidden beneath its silver shine lies a story of rarity, survival, and rising fortune. Unlike most modern coins, this half dollar wasn't just a coin, it was a statement. Struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, it glowed with a brilliance that symbolized strength and rebirth in post-war America. The Denver Mint, known for its precision and limited runs, created a smaller number of these 1948 issues compared to other years. But what makes this particular coin a collector's obsession is not just its age or its mint mark. It's the combination of its pristine silver and golden patina and its survival in fine condition through decades of circulation, war, and change. Now, picture this: a coin that has traveled nearly 80 years through time, touched by countless hands, yet somehow it still gleams with that subtle two-toned luster, silver on the edges, golden in its heart. That tone is not just color, it is character. It's history whispering through metal. Collectors today chase this 1948 with D. Franklin half like hunters chase gold in the mountains. It's one of those coins that feels almost mythical because very few survived in this level of preservation. And when one appears at an auction, the bidding wars begin like wildfire. The market value of this treasure has climbed higher every year, defying every expectation. So how valuable is this piece of American legacy today? Brace yourself, because this humble 50-cent coin, if preserved in fine condition, can fetch a staggering $165,000 in today's market. Yes, $165,000. That's not a fantasy, that's a verified reality in the modern coin world. Its price isn't just rising, it's soaring. Every year, as collectors realize how few of these early Denver minted Franklins still exist, the demand surges like a wave. It's becoming a treasure that transforms ordinary collectors into legends overnight. And experts believe this coin's value hasn't even reached its peak yet. Wait a little longer and it might just double. Don't take this as fiction. This is the truth of today's rare coin market. When you hold this coin, you are not holding just metal, you are holding a living story, a financial secret, and a historical miracle. Its silver composition, its mint origin, its tone, its survival, everything about it screams rarity and timeless beauty. For collectors, the tip is simple yet priceless. Never overlook a 1948 Franklin half dollar with a D mint mark. Look closely at its tone, its luster, its strike. If it has that faint golden-silver dance across its surface, you might just be looking at your ticket to a fortune that grows every single year. And that's the magic of coin collecting. You're not just saving metal, you're preserving American soul. So keep your eyes sharp, your passion alive, and your hands ready, because the next Franklin half you touch might be your personal gold mine. Next coin, number 2. As the decade turned to 1950, America stood on the edge of a new era. Hope was high, families were rebuilding, and the silver glow of prosperity was returning to the nation. Yet in the midst of that optimism, the United States. Mint in Philadelphia quietly released a coin that would one day become one of the most elusive, most desired Franklin half dollars in existence. This is the 1950 Franklin half dollar with no mint mark, and what makes it extraordinary is not only its rarity but its story of survival, secrecy, and stunning beauty. At first glance, it might look like an ordinary Franklin half. The wise profile of Benjamin Franklin on one side, the Liberty Bell with its proud crack on the reverse, symbols of wisdom and freedom cast in 90% silver and 10% copper, glowing faintly with that gentle gray tone that only age and time can give. But to the trained eye of a true collector, this coin holds mysteries few others ever will. The 1950 Franklin half was struck in far fewer numbers than the later issues, and its early production years often suffered from striking inconsistencies. Many coins from this run lost their luster through circulation, their fine details fading over decades of trade and travel. Yet somehow a small number managed to survive in fine condition, untouched by wear, holding on to that soft gray hue, a natural patina that now gives this coin a soulful, haunting beauty. That gray shade isn't just discoloration, it's proof of authenticity. It's a signature of time, showing that this coin has seen the rise of highways, the birth of television, the swing of the 50s, and still stands proud, shining with the quiet glow of American heritage. Collectors who know its story understand this is not just a coin. It's a fragment of history that refuses to fade. Every time one surfaces in pristine form, it becomes the centerpiece of attention at major auctions. Dealers whisper about it. Collectors chase it. Because each year, it is becoming harder and harder to find, especially one preserved with that natural gray charm and untouched strike details. And when you talk about value, this is where the shock truly begins. The current market for this 1950 no mint mark Franklin half dollar has exploded beyond imagination. Today, in fine condition, this beauty commands a price tag that leaves collectors breathless, an astounding $162,500. Yes, you heard that right, $162,500. That's not just money, that's a treasure vault in your hand. This coin's value has been climbing steadily year after year, and experts predict it's far from done. It's a sleeping giant in the rare coin market, quietly growing, gathering momentum, waiting for its next record-breaking sale. So if you are lucky enough to find one, hold on to it tightly because this is no fiction. This is the golden truth of today's United States. Collectible scene. What makes it truly special for collectors isn't just its scarcity, it's the aura it carries. This coin is pure nostalgia. It's the whisper of an America that was rebuilding, dreaming, and minting symbols of hope in silver form. Every detail, Franklin's calm expression, the Liberty Bell's proud crack, the subtle gray shimmer tells a story of endurance and evolution. So here's the collector's tip for this one. Always look for the no mint mark on your 1950 Franklin halves. Examine the surfaces carefully. Coins with that soft gray tone and strong strike lines are your key to a hidden fortune. Keep it clean. Never polish it because that natural shade is your ticket to value beyond belief. And remember, this treasure isn't fading away. The 1950 Franklin half is still out there, waiting for someone with the right eyes to recognize its silent glory. Maybe that someone is you. Stay tuned, because the next coin on our list will take you even deeper into the world of hidden wealth. A coin so rare, even seasoned collectors call it the ghost of the Franklin series. You're watching Hidden U.S. Coins, freshly updated every day with the stories behind America's lost treasures. Next coin, number 3. The year was 1961, a time when America stood tall, stepping into a new decade of dreams. John F. Kennedy had just taken office, the space race was igniting, and the nation was filled with energy, innovation, and hope. But deep inside the minting halls of Denver, something else was being born, not a rocket or a speech, but a small silver masterpiece destined to become a future legend among collectors. This was the 1961 Franklin half dollar with the Denver Mint mark, a coin that hides its power behind simplicity, and yet it's one of the most mysterious and sought-after pieces of mid-century American coinage. At first glance, it may seem like another Franklin half, the iconic portrait of Benjamin Franklin facing left, calm and wise as ever, and the famous Liberty Bell proudly resonating on the reverse side. But take a closer look and you will notice something mesmerizing. The coin's surface shimmers with gray waves, a natural pattern formed by decades of oxidation and careful preservation, a look that no modern minting machine can ever recreate. It is nature's fingerprint on history itself. Composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, the 1961 with D. Franklin half dollar is one of the last full silver halves ever minted before America began its slow transition away from precious metal coinage. That fact alone already makes it a piece of legacy, but what elevates this specific issue to near mythical status is its condition and rarity in tone. The D mint mark, resting quietly above the Liberty Bell's beam, signifies its birth in Denver, a mint known for precision, but also for producing far fewer coins that survived without blemishes or heavy wear. Most of the 1961 with D. Franklins you'll see today are dulled, scratched, or stripped of their original luster through circulation. But when one surfaces in very good condition, carrying those smooth gray wave patterns across its surface, it becomes more than silver, it becomes art, history, and fortune in one. Collectors in the United States market know this coin's reputation. It's not shouted about, it's whispered. Because true 1961 with D halves with natural gray toning and preserved features are almost ghost-like in rarity. They're the kind of finds that happen once in a lifetime, the sort of discovery that makes even professional appraisers hold their breath. And when such a specimen appears at auction, the results are nothing short of breathtaking. In today's market, the 1961 with D. Franklin half dollar in very good condition has reached astonishing heights valued at $143,500. That's not just a sale price, that's a revelation. A once humble 50-cent piece now reborn as a six-figure treasure. The kind of treasure that transforms an ordinary day into a moment of disbelief, a find that collectors describe as life-changing. And the best part? The market for this coin isn't cooling. It's burning brighter with each passing year. Every time another coin is discovered or sold, interest in the series surges again. The silver value, the historical context, the natural toning all merge into a perfect storm of collector demand. Experts say it is like watching a sleeping volcano awaken. Every year, the prices climb higher, and there is no sign of slowing down. So when I say wait for time, its value will increase even more. Don't take that as wishful thinking. Take it as truth. Now let's talk about what makes this coin emotionally powerful, because beyond its numbers, it carries a story of transition. 1961 was one of the final years of the Franklin half dollar series before the Kennedy design replaced it. That means every Franklin struck in these late years stands as a farewell to an era. A bridge between post-war America and the modern age. This particular 1961 with D half, with its gray waves, is like a photograph that refuses to fade, each curve in its tone echoing the passage of time, the touch of countless hands, and the craftsmanship of a bygone minting generation. It's the kind of coin that feels alive when you hold it. For collectors, here's your insight. Always inspect the tone and detail on your 1961 with D halves. Look for those flowing gray waves that shimmer like smoke under light. That natural pattern isn't damage, it's authenticity. It is what sets your coin apart from the rest. And if you find one in very good condition, you might just be staring at your own piece of American fortune. So remember, every Franklin half dollar tells a story, but the 1961 with D tells a saga of change, endurance, and prosperity. And as its value continues to rise, one thing becomes clear. The hidden wealth of America isn't buried underground. It's resting quietly in the hands of those who still believe in the beauty of history. Stay with me, because the next coin on our list breaks all expectations. A coin so radiant, so rare, it's become a legend whispered in the heart of every serious collector. You're watching Hidden U.S. Coins, your home for freshly updated stories of America's rare treasures, revealed every single day. Next coin, number 4. The heart of mid-century America. Elvis was beginning to sing, the highways were expanding, and silver still reigned supreme in the hands of everyday citizens. But within that silver age, one particular coin quietly emerged from the Denver Mint, a coin that now, decades later, has become one of the most desired treasures of the Franklin series. This is the 1954 Franklin half dollar with the D mint mark, a radiant piece of post-war craftsmanship that continues to stun collectors with its purity, brilliance, and powerful presence. When the first of these coins rolled out of the Denver Mint, no one realized what a rare gem was being created. On its face, Benjamin Franklin, calm, intelligent, the embodiment of American wisdom, gazes left as if contemplating the nation's future. On its reverse, the Liberty Bell stands tall, cracked but proud, echoing freedom's everlasting sound. But look closer. This coin carries a glow that feels almost otherworldly. The 1954 with D. Franklin half was struck with exceptional silver content. 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it that unforgettable shine, that glimmer of timelessness that even the passing of 70 years can't dim. Over time, most of these coins were worn down in circulation, traded for groceries, gas, or small change. But every now and then, one specimen appears preserved, unpolished, untouched, still reflecting the light like the day it left the mint. And that's the mystery. How did it survive? How did this half-dollar minted for daily use endure the decades in very good condition, maintaining its luster and striking clarity? Maybe it was tucked away by someone who sensed its significance. Maybe it sat hidden in a chest for generations. Or maybe it simply refused to fade because some treasures are meant to outlast time. Collectors in today's market know the weight of the 1954 with D. It's not just another coin, it's an emblem of endurance. Its silver shimmer tells the story of a nation before inflation, before clad coinage, before silver was stripped from America's everyday money. It's a snapshot of purity, and purity, in collecting, means power. And when it comes to power, the market value of this silver masterpiece speaks louder than words. The 1954 with D. Franklin half-dollar, when found in very good condition, commands a breathtaking $137,600 in today's market. Yes, $137,600. A half-dollar now worth a collector's fortune. That's not hype. That's the reality of today's rare coin economy, where history meets rising demand, and prices surge higher each year. Experts are unanimous. The Franklin Half series is in the middle of a value renaissance. The 1954 with D sits right in that wave, not just growing in worth, but accelerating. The more collectors seek it, the rarer it becomes to find in such condition. And this is not slowing down, it is speeding up. Think about what this coin represents. It's the mid-1950s, silver still ruled, and every coin had meaning. This half-dollar carries that era's promise, that glow of an America confident in its future. And when you hold it, you feel that connection, the weight of real silver, the artistry of mint engravers, the pride of a nation stamped into metal. Its D mint mark may look small, but it carries the strength of Denver's legacy, a mint known for its precision, resilience, and production of some of the rarest Franklins ever struck. It's not just where it was made, it's a symbol of its soul. Here's the collector's wisdom. If you find a 1954 Franklin half with a D mint mark, do not underestimate it. Look for silver clarity, sharp strike details, and that mirror-like reflection that signals true preservation. Handle it with care, store it properly, and never tamper with its surface because its natural beauty is its wealth. And remember, this coin's journey isn't over. The 1954 with D. Franklin half continues to rise in value year after year, becoming harder to find and more sought after at every major auction. Its price is no fantasy, it's a truth written in silver and sealed in time. Wait for it. Its value will increase even further. Because in the world of hidden treasures, few things shine brighter than the half-dollars that built America's mid-century legacy. This is one of them, a pure, powerful silver relic that turns ordinary collectors into curators of fortune. And now, prepare yourself because the next coin in our countdown carries a secret so unique, even expert collectors have described it as the turning point of Franklin history. You're watching Hidden U.S. Coins, where every day brings you closer to discovering America's lost silver treasures. Stay tuned, because the story is only getting more valuable. Next coin, number 5. The final year of the Franklin half-dollar series. The last chapter in a story that began 15 years earlier. A story of silver, craftsmanship, and the spirit of Benjamin Franklin himself. And no coin captures that emotional ending quite like the 1963 Franklin half-dollar struck at the Denver Mint, a coin that became the closing curtain before an American legend disappeared forever. This was the last breath before change. Just months after this coin was minted, tragedy struck the nation. The assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The U.S. Mint quickly retired the Franklin design to make way for the new Kennedy half-dollar in 1964. And just like that, the Franklin series, once the pride of post-war America, came to an end. But that's what makes the 1963 with D. Franklin half-dollar so extraordinary. It isn't just another piece of silver, it's a final echo of an era that can never return. The Denver Mint, known for its sharp strikes and clean finishes, produced a limited number of these coins in its final year. Each was composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, the classic blend that gave the Franklin half its unmatched brilliance and weight. And yet, Even though millions were struck, very few have survived in very fine condition, untarnished, unpolished, and preserved with that distinctive mint glow. To collectors, that condition means everything. Because when you see a 1963 with D. Franklin half that still carries its full silver shimmer, crisp edges, and detailed bell lines, you're not just looking at a coin, you're looking at history, sealed in metal. The D mint mark on the reverse side just above the beam of the Liberty Bell is your clue. It tells you this coin came from Denver's final Franklin run, one of the last ever made before the dies were replaced forever. That mark is like a fingerprint of time proof that this coin witnessed the very moment one era ended and another began. And now, in today's explosive rare coin market, the value of this final Franklin masterpiece has risen beyond imagination. A 1963 with D. Franklin half dollar in very fine condition commands a jaw-dropping $138,700. Yes, $138,700, a half dollar that's now a small fortune. That number isn't exaggerated, it's reality. Verified, auction-backed, and steadily climbing with each passing year, the price of this coin doesn't move like a wave, it climbs like a mountain. The demand is constant, the supply is shrinking, and collectors know it is only a matter of time before its value reaches even greater heights. Think about what that means. The final Franklin half isn't just rare, it's sacred to collectors. It marks the end of an age when coins were made with real silver, real weight, and real artistry. When American money didn't just buy things, it told stories. When you hold the 1963 with D. Franklin half dollar, you hold the end of a chapter, the final symbol of post-war pride, scientific curiosity, and American craftsmanship. And in your hands, that small piece of silver feels like a goodbye, a respectful nod to Benjamin Franklin's calm wisdom, to liberty's timeless bell, and to a nation that was about to change forever. For collectors, the message is simple yet priceless. Never pass by a 1963 with D. Franklin half dollar. Look for sharp detail, bright silver tone, and that distinct Denver mark. Preserve it carefully, keep it protected, and never underestimate its worth, because this coin isn't just a collectible. It's a bridge between two worlds, the world of Franklin's philosophy and the new world of modern coinage that followed. And remember, its price today, though already incredible, is still growing. Experts agree. The 1963 with D is becoming one of the most talked about Franklin halves in the entire series. Wait for time and its value will rise even more. Don't take that as fiction. Take it as truth, written in silver and history. This coin is not just money, it's memory. It's not just silver, it's soul. And for those who find one in perfect preservation, it is not less than a treasure chest in the palm of your hand. Stay tuned, because the next and final coin on our list will take everything you thought you knew about Franklin half dollars and shatter it. A coin so astonishingly rare, so breathtakingly valuable that even veteran collectors call it the crown jewel of American silver. Next coin, number 6. The war was over, prosperity had returned, and America was humming with new life. From the rock and roll jukeboxes to the glint of chrome on brand new Chevrolets, everything shimmered with optimism. And in that same glow of post-war silver, a small, unassuming coin slid from the presses of the Philadelphia Mint. A coin that would one day rise from ordinary pocket change to stand among the rarest treasures in the nation's numismatic history. This is the 1953 Franklin half dollar without a mint mark, a coin that has outlasted generations, survived circulation, and somehow kept its silver shine so bright it feels almost alive. Look closely at it. You'll see Benjamin Franklin's calm profile, struck with precision, the curve of his hair catching the light like liquid silver. On the reverse, the Liberty Bell still rings, a symbol of freedom and endurance, flanked by a tiny eagle, barely visible but forever vigilant. This design wasn't made to impress royalty. It was made to celebrate intellect, invention, and American independence itself. But here's where the story changes. Most 1953 Franklins have long since lost their luster. Their surfaces dulled, their details worn smooth by time. Yet the Philadelphia issue, with no mint mark, became a silent rarity not because of an error, but because of how few survived in very fine condition. The Philly Mint struck millions, yes, but silver ages differently in the East. Humidity, circulation, and careless handling destroyed the brilliance of most. Only a handful remain today with that untouched, mirror-like gleam that flawless silver shine collectors call living light. And that is exactly what makes this coin a treasure in disguise. Its surface tells the story of 7 decades untouched, unbroken, unforgettable. Each glint on its face is like a heartbeat of history, pulsing with the rhythm of 1950s America. To the collector's eye, it's perfection. To the investor's mind, it is opportunity. To the dreamer, it's destiny. Now listen carefully, because this is where disbelief turns to awe. The 1953 Franklin half dollar without a mint mark, in very fine condition, has achieved a verified market value of $149,500 in today's auctions. Yes, nearly $150,000 for a single half-dollar coin. This isn't folklore. This is the living truth of today's rare coin market, confirmed and climbing. And make no mistake, that value is no accident. Each year, collectors and investors compete for every surviving example, driving prices higher with every sale. Experts describe the 1953 with no mint mark issue as a sleeper giant, a coin that hides its might behind modest looks, then shocks the world when the gavel falls. Its price curve is vertical, its reputation legendary. Wait for time, its worth will only increase. Don't take that as fiction. Take it as prophecy carved in silver. Think of what this coin represents: an America bursting with innovation, yet still grounded in tradition. Liberty Bell still cracked but still ringing. Franklin the philosopher, inventor, and dreamer, staring into the future, his profile gleaming in the purest silver. The 1953 Franklin half is not just a collectible. It's a bridge between centuries. It carries the wisdom of the Enlightenment and the shine of modern America, both captured in a single round of metal. For collectors, here is the secret. Check your old half dollars carefully. Look for the one without a mint mark just above the Liberty Bell. Study its luster. If the shine is pure, if the details are crisp and untouched, guard it like gold. You may be holding the kind of fortune that legends are built upon. Because this coin isn't just valuable, it's alive. It holds the pulse of a generation that believed in progress and the sparkle of silver that refuses to fade. Its price may have reached 6 figures today, but its story and its promise are truly priceless. And now, my friend, we've reached the end of this incredible journey through America's hidden wealth. 6 coins, 6 stories, 6 treasures that prove fortune doesn't always come from gold mines. Sometimes it's been jingling quietly in our change drawers all along. You've been watching Hidden U.S. Coins, where every day we uncover the secrets, legends, and living fortunes buried in America's past. Subscribe, stay curious, and remember, your next discovery might just make history.